Minister Haider al-Abadi.
I'd like to present to you the good news that our troops have entered the city center of Tikrit. They raised the Iraqi flag over the provincial building.
But the fighting still continues in some parts of the city. Associated Press Baghdad Bureau Chief Vivian Salama joins us live. And Vivian, does this mean the city of Tikrit is back in Iraqi hands? What's the situation there?
Not quite yet. It's been a grueling month-long battle for Iraqi security forces with a lot of ups and downs, but it does appear that the Iraqi military, with its supporting forces, are finally closing in on the center of Tikrit. This was a very, very challenging offensive that was kicked off by the military and supported by many of the Shia militias in Iraq and later on by U.S. security forces. The militias had withdrawn, but today they joined in again on the offensive, and the coalition forces on the ground, the Iraqi coalition forces, have pushed forward and are definitely closing in on the center of the city, where many of the militants are still holed up. So far, we know that they have surrounded the iconic presidential palace in Tikrit, which used to belong to Saddam Hussein, and they've taken the provincial governorate headquarters. These are very, very significant victories for the military. It's very symbolic for the people here in Iraq who had started to feel, that the offensive was losing some momentum. But now, as Prime Minister Abadi said today, they've raised the flag on these very, very strategic and significant buildings in the center of Tikrit. And many are saying that it's about 24 hours until they close in and complete this offensive.
So what would the outcome of Tikrit mean to both sides moving ahead? Many pointing to Mosul as the next battleground if Iraqi forces can retake all of Tikrit.
Mosul is the big one, and that's the one that is going to be the most challenging. It is thus far the largest stronghold for the Islamic State militants. However, both Iraqi and U.S. Military officials tell us that in order for them to secure Mosul, they're going to have to turn their attention next to Anbar province in the west of Iraq, right on the Syrian border. Because when you secure Anbar, you secure sort of the back roads that lead to Mosul. That way they have one route from Tikrit and another route from Anbar secured before they can finally go for the final push to retake Mosul. And so as much as everyone thought that offensive would happen this spring, it's now looking like it will take a lot longer, with a lot more training and a lot more fighting in the field in the months to come.
All right, Associated Press Baghdad Bureau Chief Vivian Salama in Baghdad, thanks. An extension of nuclear talks